All right, so we're back at the 455. So far what we've done, and I'll put a picture in there, I took a picture when we were in the middle of the process. We got the replacement line in for the steering valve to the selective control valve. We also replaced, it only took 2 trips to the farm store to get the correct O-rings, because they were not in that package of O-rings there on the footrest, as I indicated in the previous video. So it took us 2 trips to get those, so a couple hours of travel time and everything else. But that is all put back together. Like I said, I'll throw a picture in there. Not necessarily a lot of space to work, so all good there. I've gone ahead and pulled the filter. I'm opting not to use the junky hydraulic fluid like I originally talked about. We're just putting Lovis in it, and then the filter's been changed, and so here, hopefully in just a little bit, we will have a running driving 455, and then we can turn our attention to the deck and get it all in good condition, and we should be good to go. So yeah, this has actually been a pretty fast, little easy project. It's still got lots of things that it needs, which I'll kind of pick at over the next month or so, and then as soon as the grass starts growing, we'll mow the yard with it a couple times just to see how that is. So I'll come back once we got it running and everything and kind of go through, through the motions and check and make sure everything's okay. We don't have any leaks, stuff like that.
So I figured I would show you how tight everything is in there up in the tractor with the new hydraulic fittings or the hoses. You can see here in these next 2 pictures exactly how tight everything is. What you're looking at here is all those hoses basically headed towards the back of the picture, back of the tractor. Those hoses are connecting to the steering column, the steering valve, and that's where the hose came, or the line came loose. And that line runs from the steering column valve all the way over to the selective control valve. Now what's really important, this is a little bit better picture, the shadows are kind of in there. That big long thing right at the bottom of the picture is the drive shaft. It was just out. But you can see that line headed to the left side of the screen, that solid steel line. That is the line we replaced. Now, one really important thing when you're doing this is to make sure you replace the O-rings. As I mentioned, I think I mentioned in another video, it took us 2 trips to the farm store to get the right O-rings for this. Deere was closed. I don't even know if Deere had the O-rings in stock, but overall, it's just really tight in there in terms of trying to get videos and stuff like that, so it's just pictures. But I figured I'd show you at least what we did underneath the tractor. The next pictures, basically just kind of want to show you putting it back together. Here it is. We're filling it up with Lovis High Guard, nice, and wasn't a hard process at all. It just takes a little bit of time. I do like buying the Lovis and the 5-gallon buckets. You can save quite a bit of money. I think my dealer, when I bought these, they were also 15% off for spring. So I want to say I'm paying right at like $12.20 a gallon, something like that. And this next picture is just when we're cleaning the 455. I used the 4066 to lift it up so we could get underneath it, clean everything. I haven't talked much about it, but I do have a pressure washer. I might have to do a video on my pressure washer. I really like my pressure washer. Does great. Like I said in the first video for this project, we were kind of in a rush, mostly because of the weather coming, and we wanted to make sure we could get it dry. But this was a pretty easy process of washing it. It took us about an hour and a half to get it all washed. And here we are putting it back together. Basically, putting everything back on it. And then here it is, the completed tractor, which will be in the next video. So kind of a short video. Hope you enjoyed it, and this project will be consuming most of my time for the next week or so.